You check your phone before you leave the house. A little cloud icon with 3 blue lines under it. You grab an umbrella without thinking twice. But you have almost no idea what is actually happening above your head. Rain feels ordinary. It is not. It is one of the strangest recycling systems in the known universe, and you are standing inside it right now. Start with your coffee cup. Leave it out for a day and the liquid disappears. It did not vanish. It changed state. Heat gave the water molecules enough energy to break free from the surface and rise into the air as invisible vapor. That process is called evaporation. Water does this constantly, everywhere, all the time. Oceans do it. Lakes do it. Even your own sweat does it. Right now, trillions of gallons are lifting off the surface of the planet and drifting upward, unseen. But warm air does not just float forever. As it rises, it cools. And cool air cannot hold as much water vapor as warm air can. So the vapor starts sticking to tiny particles floating in the sky. Dust. Pollen. Salt from the ocean. Even bacteria. These specks act like scaffolding. Water molecules cling to them and clump together into microscopic droplets. Billions of these droplets, clustered together, are what you call a cloud. A cloud is not fluff. It is a suspended traffic jam of water, held aloft by nothing more than air pressure and temperature. Here is where it gets strange. Those droplets are small enough that rising air can hold them up, the same way a fan can hold up a ping-pong ball. But droplets keep colliding. Merging. Growing heavier. Eventually one droplet gets too big for the air beneath it to support. Gravity wins. It falls. And on the way down it collects even more moisture, growing larger still. By the time it lands on your umbrella, that single raindrop has already survived 1,000 collisions you never saw. This idea did not come easily to humans. Aristotle wrote about it more than 2,000 years ago in a text called Meteorologica, describing a rough cycle of evaporation and condensation, though he got several details wrong. It took until the 1600s for scientists like Pierre Perrault and Edmé Marriott to actually measure rainfall against river flow in France and prove, with real numbers, that rain was enough to explain where rivers got their water. Before that, some believed rivers were fed by underground oceans. It took centuries just to prove that the sky was recycling the sea. Now here is the twist. Rain is not falling toward you. In a sense, you are falling toward it. Earth's gravity pulls every water droplet down at the same rate it pulls you. The only reason rain does not smash into you like a bullet is air resistance, which slows a falling droplet to a gentle terminal velocity of around 20 feet per second. Slow it down any less and rain would sting. Speed it up and it could bruise. The size of a raindrop, the temperature of the clouds, the height they fall from, all of it is tuned by physics into something your skin can tolerate. And once it lands, the story does not end. Rain seeps into soil and feeds plant roots. It runs into streams and rivers. It refills lakes and aquifers deep underground, some of which took thousands of years to form. Eventually, almost all of it works its way back to the ocean, where the sun waits to lift it into the sky again. The same water that once fell as rain on a dinosaur may be falling on your windshield tonight. Nothing is created. Nothing is destroyed. It is simply moving, endlessly, in a loop older than the continents themselves. Modern satellites now track this cycle in extraordinary detail. NASA's Global Precipitation Measurement Mission uses a network of satellites to map rainfall across the entire planet nearly in real time, revealing patterns that shape droughts, floods, and the seasons you plan your whole life around. That little cloud icon on your phone is the descendant of centuries of confusion, measurement, and slow, careful proof. So the next time a drop lands on your shoulder, remember what it actually is. Not an inconvenience. Not bad luck. A traveler. A molecule that has been ocean, cloud, and river more times than anyone could count, pulled down by the same gravity that holds your feet to the ground, on its way to becoming something else entirely. You checked your phone before you left the house. But the real forecast has been running for 4 billion years.